Cheers, everybody. Long time no see. It feels like it's been forever since I've done this, since it's only been 3 weeks. It is good to see all of you. For those of you on my Patreon, you could see we're a little busy at the moment here. The river's in my backyard. I actually don't live that close to the river. I live almost a half mile away, but it is a half mile outside of its banks. It's about 40 feet from my back door, but we're up high, we're dry, we're completely safe. That being said, please raise a glass. Keep your thoughts and prayers to the people of Kentucky. We've been seeing pictures from Buffalo Trace, from around Frankfort, and there's some really bad flooding there. Unfortunately, I don't think it's over quite yet for them because, like I said, we still have bad flooding here. It's still raining here. So we've still got more water going their way. So everybody in Kentucky, we're thinking of you. We're praying it stops soon and the damage isn't too bad. Let's see who we have in chat. I'm super excited about this stream tonight. We're going to have 2 Patreon giveaways because I had so much crap going on in March and then ended up getting the head cold that's going around here really badly. And I had it over St. Patrick's Day. I couldn't smell or taste anything for St. Patrick's Day. It kind of sucked. But I'm going to give away the Patreon giveaway for that month too. And I've decided that month the winner is going to get dealer's choice. So you're going to do, if you want sherry whiskeys, if you want budget pours, if you want stuff that's not in the US, if you all want single barrel, it's going to be totally up to you to make the call, and I'll just put something together for you. The other flight is going to be a flight of the things that I'm drinking tonight. So it's going to be a flight of JJ Corry. So let's say hi to everybody. We have Mr. Mom 310. Cheers to you, Mr. Mom. I've been seeing you in some other chats this weekend. Cheers, Eric Gunderson. Looking a little parched. All I've had to drink, I've had a little bit of bourbon. That's about it today. Douglas Papa, good evening, all. Cheers. It is good to see you. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Peter White, cheers, Stacy, and everybody. It's good to see you, Peter. Make sure. Debbie. Cheers, Debbie. I was wondering about your yard. Yeah, my yard is toast. The second that they closed the floodgate up north of me, within 2 hours, the water was in my yard. So it's fine. Well, like I said, we sit very high up on the hill. So it would take a lot more water. It actually has been worse. This is pretty much just, how bad is it that watering your yard? This is just the usual to have your, 5-6 feet of water at the bottom of your yard, but it's the usual. It is like over 4 feet because the fence down at the bottom of the hill is 4 feet tall and you can't see the fence. But we've had ducks swimming out there. It's the dogs are hating life. They hate it, but it'll be gone in a couple of days. It'll be right back out of here. And cheers, Brian Toner. It is good to see you. Amy Ober, good evening. Nice to see you back. Thank you, Amy. It is good to be back. Yeah. Last weekend we had storms roll through, took out the internet. I've been under the weather. It's just, I tend to pack on quite a few events in March. And just in case, because I got nothing going on in March, we also got a new puppy. We got a new French Bulldog puppy. And that puppy, let me tell you, I love those dogs, but potty training, they're a nightmare. They're a hard breed to have as a puppy. So he's been wearing me out. Whiskey Uncensored. Wow, I actually got a notification from YouTube. Maybe I just did something right this time, Ben. Maybe I was messing it up. Who knows? Yeah, the highway is it still closed, Debbie? It'll be fine tomorrow, I'm sure. That, like I said, the water goes out just as fast as it comes in. Whiskey Shaman. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Cheers to you, Whiskey Shaman. It is good to see you. Radar's cool. Yeah, his ears still haven't come up yet, but he's going to have ginormous ears on him. He's got big feet and big old ears. All right. Let me know what you guys are drinking in chat. Are you having some whiskey? Are you just having, a water? You having a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, still getting your day going? Let me know what you're drinking. Hit that like, hit that share, do all that fun stuff that YouTube likes us to do. It really does help us out. It helps people find us today. So I have debated on whether I was going to do a full stream of this whiskey because I try to be completely transparent with all of you that this is a brand who does pay me for work in Ohio. I work with several of the Irish whiskey brands, and this is a brand I do actually get paid to do events for them. That being said, being an independent brand ambassador, I do have the luxury of picking brands that I actually enjoy the whiskey and do believe in. So I thought, why I have been hesitant to do this because they do pay me for events. But the thing is, if I didn't like the whiskey, I wouldn't do it. So I wanted to at least do a flight and kind of break down this whiskey. And if you guys have any questions, I'll answer them as best I can. The good thing is I know who to ask, assuming that Louise does get back with me. Because Louise, let me tell you, that woman is on the go so much. Like hearing about it makes me tired. It's absolutely crazy. Whiskey Shaman water right now. I'm going to be live in 2 hours. Oh, you're live tonight too. Whiskey Shaman, make sure if you're live on YouTube, make sure you drop your chat in here. Drop the link for your stream. I don't know do I have you modded? I might not have you modded. Let me make you a mod. No, I don't have you as mod. There we go. There, now you could drop the link for your stream. Or if it's on Instagram, you could drop it. I think you could still drop the link in here. Hey, James Morgan. Evening, Stacey and all. I know James has got some of this whiskey over in the UK. We are sipping some Slain. We are totally out of JJ Corry. Well, let me tell you, one of the good things about doing events for him all the time, I'm usually pretty stocked on the whiskey. I do actually, one of them I'm almost out. I do need to pick up a little more of that one. Sipping flavored sparkling water. For your weather-related jacked up back. Oh, I hope you're feeling better, Orlando. My husband has back issues, and man, I do not envy you guys. It's awful. Oh, still getting my sweet fix. 2 stacks blackberry. Yeah, I've got that one on the shelf. I freaking love that one. It is so good. I don't know if I like it better than the cherry brandy, but it's definitely up there. Bendromic 10-year single malt. We're having a Scotch day. I don't know that I've had Bendromic. Yes, I have. I've had Bendromic. I've had that one. Here you go. All right. Oh, make sure we'll be done here. Make sure everybody check out the Whiskey Shaman tonight. He is going to be going live. Oh, you're on call this weekend, so no whiskey for you. Ben says, I don't know. Do I need another Dunville's hot toddy today? Dunville's makes a good hot toddy. Ben, remind me next time you're around, or next time I've got to send stuff to you anyway. I'll send you. I have the Dunville's 10 cask strength, the single cask. Oh, you didn't see the cherry finish yet. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, before we get into the flight, 2 Stacks makes a lot of brandy finishes. And they just came out with their Fruit Drop series, which is an apple brandy cask finish. And then they did one that's their apricot brandy cask finish. And they did the blackberry brandy cask finish. They also have a couple others. They have a raspberry. They have a cherry. The cherry was first released in the Netherlands. We did have to do some finagling to get that one, but we did get it. A friend and I in New York. That one then did release in Ireland, but I think it's all sold out, James. So I think you'd probably have to go into some carryout shops in Ireland and just come across them sitting on the shelves there. But I don't know of anybody that still has it. I'm hoping they come back out with it again because it's totally my favorite. That's like flat cherry Coke. It really is that. It's so good. But the raspberry one was really good too. And then the blackberry, those 3 are right up there for me. I did not get the cans though. I'm hoping I'm going to get them next time they come out. I got stuck on work meetings all day and they were sold out by the time I got them, but I did get the bottle. Oh, cheers against my odds. It is good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. So we are going over a flight of JJ Corry Irish Whiskey. And let me know, you guys in chat, if any of you have tried anything from JJ Corry. We're going to start out with the Hansen. Now, this is the old style labeling. The new labels they're really pretty, actually. They look like this. They're this light blue color, and they'll have the flag at the top. But we don't have those here in Ohio yet, so I'm still working on the old one. So how JJ Corry got started. JJ Corry was actually the name of a merchant that was in Coeur Claire back a few hundred years ago. And that was when it was, I don't know if it was really called whiskey bonding at the time, but that is when you had all the grocers that would, they're buying casks of rum and they're buying casks of port and casks of sherry, and they emptied these out and they got these casks and they take them up to their local whiskey distillery, and they're filling the whiskey in these casks. And they're finding out that the cask that imparts a lot of flavor on this whiskey, and they're making blends out of this and selling blends to hotels and to stores and to pubs, so everybody could get their own blend. And that was the first whiskey bonders of Ireland. Now, unfortunately, that practice, when the whiskey industry in Ireland really just disappeared after, Prohibition and the famine and World War II, when it came down to there was only 3-4 distilleries in Ireland, the whiskey bonding went away. There were no whiskey bonders in Ireland for, I believe it was like 75 years, 100 years. So in 2015, Louise McGuan, who had a 20-year career in the drinks industry, she decided she was going to leave that business. She was going to return home to her family farm in Coraclair, and she was going to resurrect this whiskey bonding business. So she started procuring casks from all the distilleries in Ireland that were available in 2015. So she's got all of these old casks in her warehouse, which is actually just an old barn on the property, and an old stone building. And the unique thing about what she's doing is she categorizes these casks by flavor profile, as opposed to, this is a Madeira finish and this is an Oloroso finish. So you've got casks that are labeled, creme brulee. You've got one that's called smoky bacon. You'll have something like banana foster, things like that. And she pulls from casks basically for what she's trying to get the whiskey to taste like. So the good thing about that is you're going to end up with some really unique blends, but you're also going to end up with some blends that have some really old whiskey in them. And we're going to get to that with the second one. But the first one that we're going to try, this is a single grain whiskey. Or actually, it's not single grain. This is grain whiskey. It's blended multiple distilleries. So this is the Hansen. This is their flagship brand. Now, she does not use any artificial color. So this is all natural color. And as you can tell from that light color, bourbon cask finish. So this one is 46% ABV. She can't tell you exactly where she's getting the cask from. She did tell me on some of hers that she is sourcing from Bardstown. This one, I don't know if that one is it. She's using casks from New York, Kentucky, and Tennessee on this one. So it's got casks from 3 different places. This is a grain whiskey that you could tell in the taste. The primary grain is corn in this one. I believe there is also some barley in here. This one, I love this one. This one is so fruity, so sweet. Pour a little more of it. Now, unfortunately, this one here in Ohio did hit the, well, fortunately or not fortunately, it hit the clearance liquidation rack. So you can get this bottle in Ohio for $22. That is a ridiculous deal. It's normally $50. 46% ABV Irish whiskey. I believe this one, if I'm remembering right, it's around, I think some of it's 5 and it goes up to 10, 11 years old. Real fruity on the nose. Real fruity on the nose. A lot of vanilla, banana. Yeah, Ben, let me know. Let me know, because I'm probably going to go grab a few myself, because I need some for some tastings coming up. And so it means that it is not going to be stocked in Ohio anymore. And so it's going to sell out at that price, definitely. You were sipping a Bushmills 12 cask strength single cask last night. It was great. That sounds really good. I wonder do you remember what the finish was on that? I wonder if I've had that. It's hard to tell. I've had a lot of them. Hey, cheers, Sugar Kitty. Meow. It's good to see you. We're starting off our night with some JJ Corry, the Hansen, which, I don't know if you're hockey fans. This always makes me think of the Hansen brothers and Slapshot. A lot of it's citrus, vanilla, pineapple, banana. A whole lot of vanilla. The vanilla really does come through, but it almost it is given off kind of like the fruit cup vibes. Hey, William Hall. Cheers to you, sir. There's Tom D. And home opening the greatest blended JJ Corry the Parade St. Patrick's 2024 Whiskey Bus 3. So Tom got to be on the whiskey bus, got to visit JJ Corry, got his own bottling of JJ Corry, got to be in a parade for St. Patrick's Day with JJ Corry. Yes, I will. Yes, I was going to tell them later, but since you're opening the door, so I'm going to have a very special guest that I've decided for my birthday live stream on the 27th. Irene Tan from Canterbury Liquors is going to be joining, and Ben is going to be also my guest on the stream. I'm really excited. We're going to pick Irene's brain about how she became so involved with Irish whiskey picks, because Irene has some of the best Irish whiskey picks in this country. And she was honestly the one that really got it started. So I've got a few of her things here, courtesy of Ben. Thank you, Ben. And we're gonna be able to talk to Irene about Irish whiskey, which she's talked a lot about whiskey. I don't know if she's really gotten into Irish. I am super excited to hear about that, to hear about anything upcoming that she's got going on with Irish whiskey picks. I mean, if you walk in Irene's shop and you get an Irish whiskey pick, guaranteed it's going to be great. Guaranteed. Hanson, so you brought your cars with you. Yeah, we're putting on the foil. I love that. I love that movie so much. I love that movie so much. Yeah, I've been thank you to Ben. Ben's kind of connected me with Irene, and I've been trying to get this on the calendar, and I knew I wanted to wait until the chaos of St. Patrick's Day was over, and I've been wanting to pick her brain for a long time to talk about her Irish whiskey picks. So it's gonna be great. Speaking of Irish picks, the bourbon engineer, hoping that our Clonakilty pick does still happen. There were some really great casks there. I'll be very excited if we're able to get that out to you guys. Yeah, those were phenomenal. I've talked to Sean Scully about the picks, and telling him how well done I thought they were, and yeah, tariffs have kind of put the kibosh on everybody's good time. Did Ohio sell out during the big Irish whiskey sale? So no, they did not. So Ohio brought in a lot of Irish whiskey last year. Honestly, a little too much. They've got a lot of it left over. It's been very hard for new brands to come in because Ohio still has all of this Irish whiskey still available from the events last year. So if you're looking for bottles, I think the new Bua is selling pretty quick. The new Clonakilty, the Great Lakes collab that they did with Great Lakes Brewery, that is the Blackout Stout edition. That one is selling very quickly. I myself, I've got to get my butt out to a store and get one, because I tried one store and they said they didn't have it, even though they show stock, but who knows. So I'm gonna try to get out there and get one of those. But the rest of them, there's still a ton of the JJ Corry picks that are available. They're all really great. I've got one in my lineup tonight. There's still a lot of everything. There's still some Wayward Irish. There's still some of the Whistler picks. There's still some of the Clonakilty picks. So if you're looking for some good Irish, there is still some available. If you are looking for some Waterfords just to try, they're all priced half off. So I think they're all $50 and under, or right around $50, something like that. So if you wanted to try the Waterfords, but you thought, I don't want $100, kind of want to try it, they're all a lot cheaper now. So any Irene pick that Chauncey does is even better. Is that the cat? Is that her cat? I think that's her cat. No, in Sugar Kitty, you're talking about her cat. So this one is so good on the palate. If you are a fan of juicy fruit gum, that is exactly the vibe that I get on this. I mean, it's much sweeter on the palate than it is the nose. And it comes off like juicy fruit gum. Got a good length of finish on it. Honestly, for grain whiskey, it's got a good length of finish on it. It is a little higher ABV. You do get that corn, but it's kind of like corn pops, like the old puff cereal, the corn puffy cereal or sugar. Was that called corn pops? But yeah, this one is, like I said, normally it's a $50 bottle. If you live here, you can get it cheaper, but you could get it cheaper in other states for less than 50. But it's a good one. Bourbon drinkers, my bourbon drinking friends really like this one. Um, and it's a good one just to introduce yourself to Irish whiskey because it is lighter. It's very sweet. But I really enjoy this one. I use it a lot for cocktails. It's freaking juicy fruit gum. Even with down to the vanilla that you get. Those Waterfords may soon be collector's items, unfortunately. Yeah, but there's a lot out there. So, I mean, I have 4 of them, and I don't drink them, honestly. It's a rarity that I go for. Well, I will go for the Cuvée. I have the original Cuvée, not the Cuvée coffee. The one that I would probably pick up in Ohio, if you're a peated whiskey fan, the Fennis Court is here. It is outstanding. It really is. I mean, for a peated single malt, it's really good. Sugar smacks, then they didn't want to call them that anymore. Yeah, I thought it was like corn pop. It was like a yellow little puffy, and it was like hard when you poured it, but as soon as the milk hit it, it turned to mush. Hey, Josh. Good evening, all. Cheers. I'm glad to see you're feeling better. Hopefully, the water doesn't get any closer. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still a little congested. It's just a head cold, but it's going around here, and it's a nasty head cold. Like it's taken everybody out, and it's taken people out for like 2-3 weeks. Um, and I didn't have any like taste or smell. Like that whole stream I did with Jason and Leanne, I could barely taste that whiskey, and that was just disappointing. By the next day, it was completely gone. I couldn't taste anything. St. Patrick's Day, I think I had 1 Guinness and 1 pour the whole day just because I couldn't taste anything. And I had 2 COVID tests, and they were both negative. My husband had one, and he was negative, and flus came up negative. So it was just a real nasty head cold. And it's finally leaving. Now it's just going to be damp. Great. Now I'll be cleaning up crap out of my yard because the water brings it in, and it doesn't take it out usually. So it kind of stinks, but it happens. It happens a couple times a year. Hey, Donner Pass Whiskey. Cheers to you. So we're going to go on to our second pour here. Yes, corn pops. Yes, they were hard as a rock, but if you let them sit in the milk, it turned into like a big ball of mush. Like mushy gnocchi. It was weird. All right, so our second pour, and this is again the older bottle. So this is a blended whiskey, and this is JJ Corry the Gale. So this is a blend of grain and malt whiskey. This one again is 46% ABV. This is ex bourbon barrels from Kentucky and ex Oloroso sherry cask from Jerez, Spain. See that color? You definitely got a little more color there from the Oloroso. So this one is named the original JJ Corry that was the merchant in Corclair back a couple hundred years ago. He was also an inventor, and he invented a bike that he called the Gale. So they named it after the bike, and the bike's right there on the label. She's kind of clever with her names. The Hanson is actually named after the taxman, the tax gouger that was in Corclair, that was in Kilrush. Hey, Donald, how are you doing? Cheers to you. We're having some JJ Corry Irish Whiskey. Just got here. You were talking about Waterford. Any word if anyone wants to take on the distillery? No. That's pretty much from everything we're hearing. That's going to be a done deal, and that was even before the tariffs happened. The tariffs are going to mess up some stuff too. I have a feeling, unfortunately, one of Donald's favorites, Powers Court, is probably going to go about the same route. They've got a lot of debt that they're dealing with, which sucks because they make great whiskey. I don't know Blackwater will either, to be honest. So, I mean, if you want any of the Waterford, you're probably gonna see it like, it's here in Ohio, it's discounted, it's on the discontinued list, and I think that's just it's not selling, so we'll see what happens with them. I could tell you that if their stock starts to if they start to sell it, I mean, the good thing is whiskey bonders like JJ Corry will be able to snap up casks. So you'll still see some of their whiskey around. It's just you unfortunately won't see it under the Waterford name. Ah, the Gale was your first JJ Corry bottle, really? Mine too. Mine too. It was batch 2 of the Gale was my first one. And yes, James, thank you for the lead in. So, some of this is 20, I think it's 20, I want to say 26 year, 24 or 26 year whiskey. I used to know the percentage, and it's only like 5%, but 5%, 20% of this is malt. 5% of that is a 24-year malt. And I think it's Cooley, actually. I used to remember, and I think it is Cooley for that portion, the 20-year portion. The rest of it is grain. So some of this, I think the youngest whiskey in this is like 14 years old. This is a very old blend. And honestly, this blend, guys, I mean, I would put this up against some of the Middleton Berry Rares. It is an exceptional blend. It's a higher ABV. It's going to cost you a hell of a lot less. Ooh, heading out to dinner, roast pheasant, bread sauce, roast root veg, and mashed for dinner tonight. That sounds freaking good. That sounds freaking good. We made like breakfast bowls where I made like biscuits and gravy, and we had eggs over it and over biscuits, and then tater rounds on top of that. So, how's my new pond doing? Yeah, the ducks, the Canadian geese were out there, and the ducks a little bit ago. That's a little bit insult to injury, but it's leaving a bunch of crap in my yard, I'm sure. Make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Yeah, it'll the thing is, as fast as it comes in, it goes right back out. So like in 36 hours, that water will be gone. Oh, my new favorite Irish so far is the Jameson Triple Triple. That new Triple Triple is good. I've already gone through one bottle of it. I mean, for a $28 bottle, that's a good one. Oh, you've never had JJ Corry. I really like it. I can tell you that the Gale and the Hanson, those are their core lineup items. So you'll find those in multiple states. They have a deal with Total Wine, so they're at 100 Total Wine stores. The others, they also do a lot of single casks. So from here on, we're going to start getting into the single casks. This one is a whole lot of tropical on the nose too, but it's way more citrus. Little grapefruit, pineapple. There's lemon, orange zest. Looks like some peaches in here too. There still is some vanilla, but the tropical notes are coming through a lot more on this one. The vanilla is more subdued on this. And you do get a little bit of kind of a spice that you can smell. It smells spicy. Oh, yes, that's a good recommendation, Tom. The Black Barrel is, yeah, if you like that triple, that Black Barrel is a good one too. Hey, JH, cheers, y'all. Good to see you, JH. I have to give one of those a try these days. Yep. Yes, you would. Yeah, add that Jameson triple. It is, like I said, it's a nice departure from regular Jameson. It's right about this. I like that they kept it right around the same price. Hey, Chris and Lil. Do not ask what JJ Corry goes for over here. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. You guys get stuck with some crazy prices. Oh, your first JJ Corry with the Gale and the Hanson. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Like I said, I was a fan. I actually had bought these whiskeys on my own first before I met Louise, and that's when I loved them. Started talking about them, and she approached me about kind of helping the brand in Ohio, and I already liked the whiskey, so I was all on board with that. All right, do the palate on this one. Way more tropical. Not as much vanilla. Vanilla's still there, but the tropical notes are what you're really getting hit with on this one. Still getting a lot of orange, lemon, pineapple, a little apricot. And there is like a little bit of like a pepper spice at the end of this one. This one lingers. The palate goes a lot longer in this one. Nice, like the finish. I like that spice kind of balances the sweetness on this one because it does get a little sweet. Like the first one, this Hansen, is all sweet. I mean, that's totally all sweet. The Gale is nice. The Gale, honestly, if I go into a pub and they have all the JJ Corrys, the Gale's my go-to. It is, I think it's around $70 here. 46% ABV, but I like that it's still tropical, sweet, but I do get that spice on the end of it. Oh yeah, you guys are going to Scotland and Ireland in September. Chris, let me know where you're going, and I'm happy to reach out and do what I can, get you in anywhere you want to see, get you hooked up. I'm not sure where you're going to in Ireland, but the Hansen is overpriced in Ontario. That's a shame. That's a shame. But yeah, you guys, I know a lot of your pricing's better than us. And then Peter, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that some of your pricing's kind of gone up quite a bit. So going back to it, I am starting now. The vanilla is starting to come through a little more, but I'm still getting a lot of those tropical notes. It's pineapple, grapefruit, orange zest, lemon, getting a little bit of apricot and getting black pepper. And then you do get some vanilla on there. Hey, Miracle Martinez, cheers to you. Let me know what you got in the glass, along with cheers, Mark. Northwest Bourbon, it's good to see you. How are you doing, Mark? You picked up the Glen, I don't know what that is, and JJ Corry East River, Upper East River, Savannah, Georgia, only 132 bottles, just poured, caramel, cinnamon, light green apple. What is Glenion? Oh, sure, I've heard that one before. Oh, thank you. Yes. If you guys are not subscribed to Northwest Bourbon, definitely make sure you give him a sub. I love his veteran based content. I try to tune in as much as I can. He's on the West Coast, so it's sometimes a late night. Sometimes all I could do is chime in and kind of lurk, but I love watching Mark. The pricing in the big producers in Ireland is better here, but from the smaller ones, it can get stupidly expensive. Okay, thanks, Donald. I know that from talking to you that some of the IDL stuff, it's started to go up, but didn't know about if it was all of them. Oh, you still have the spots, the cheapest in North America. Ours have come down a little, still little. Red Spot's still $200 here in Ohio. And I am completely out of it, so I've been eyeing it, but there's other bottles that I want, and that one will always be there. Oh, thank you, Mark. Everybody click that like. All right, let's go on to our next pour here, which is one of the, so this is one of the ones that was done for State of Ohio. So they went over and this bottle was blended. One of two on the spot was blended specifically for State of Ohio, picked by people with Ohio liquor. This one is a blend of single malt whiskey, single pot still whiskey. This is 50% ABV. This one is Fino Sherry, PX Sherry, Palo Cortado Sherry, and rum. And this one is called the St. Patrick, which is very appropriate. And of course, my camera's not going to focus now. No, it's not. So yeah, clearly I'm going to need to get another one of these. This one was done 180 bottles for the state. I could tell you it's been a big seller. Now, there is a sister bottle to this one that is just the sherry finish, the Fino, the Palo Cortado, and the PX without the rum, and that one is called the San Patricio. That one is also a state of Ohio pick. That one, if you're a cigar smoker, I mean, that's a cigar whiskey. That one is just, it's heavy sherry. It's still the same blend of the malt and the pot still, but it's a sherry bomb. So it holds up to a nice, like a Maduro cigar. So I've recommended that one to some of my cigar friends. I've sent that one to like Bobby Bourbon Battalion, who's a big cigar guy. So we have natural color. And again, the more sherry and the more rum, you get a little more color on these. Oh, the bottle history about Claremont moving to Savannah. Well, now that sounds really interesting. That sounds really interesting. I've been looking at that one, St. Patrick, and I picked up the Cadiz instead. I like the Cadiz, and let me tell you, we don't get a lot of talk about the Cadiz. The tastings that I've done for JJ Corry in the state, I've only been able to use the Cadiz one time because it is a higher end bottle, but I really like it. I'm actually right now, I've got to organize a lot more of the tastings in the state over the next couple months. And I think I'm going to pull the Cadiz into one of them because I really do like it. It's that Sauterne finishes is really, really nice. Do any of the Toronto LCBOs have a good Irish selection? If Peter's in here, Peter should be able to tell you. Now you got me want to go out on the deck of the cigar. It's raining here, so I can't do that. But yeah, just it just reminds me. So I have these cigars. Actually, the cigar that I smoke occasionally goes better, I think, with this rum finish because it tastes like chocolate and maple, and it's the Deadwood Crazy Alice. I've been on that one for the longest time, and I got it. I like that pairing really. That or like the New Riff Winter Whiskey that's got that chocolate malt in it. All right. So on the nose on this one, you get the rum. I mean, it's that kind of brown, sugary rum note on here. You do still get some of that kind of fig notes that you're getting from the sherry, getting some chocolate. There's vanilla, chocolate, a bit of almond. So the sherry does still come through, but that rum is definitely present. And the rum really does hit you on the palate on this one. I like that you can still get the malt, though. The pot still spices there. It's just a nice spicy finish. You get chocolate. There's some citrus. There's some orange going on here. Almond, vanilla. And you get kind of like brown, like it's not burnt brown sugar, but brown sugar, like when you're cooking it, melting it in the pan, you're like going to fry apples or something. It's that brown sugar with a nice, I don't want to say it's nutmeg on that. It's definitely coming across as nutmeg. Yeah, it's nutmeg. Really nice though. The ABV on this one, also the good thing about these Ohio bottles, the ABV has come up on this one to 50%. And they've done these for other states. I think Indianapolis has a couple. I think New York has a couple. So you'll find these, New Hampshire has a couple. You'll find these in other states too. And this is, like I said, this is the new label design. So all the bottles are going to look like this with this light blue. Alrighty. This is one of my, it's not my absolute favorite for the state. I think it's been the most popular in this series of the state releases. But the one I think I like the best is probably the Danish, which is a single grain Irish 9-year single grain that's finished in a Danish rye cask. And I'm a big rye fan, and I love that you do get those rye notes on there. And that's another one that I take to my bourbon friends in Ohio. They always like that one because, I mean, it's corn, it's rye. But It's just it's still lighter than any American rye that you're gonna get, but you do still get the rye notes on there, and it's nice and sweet, and it's a really good one. I wanna make an old fashioned with that. I bet we could get an old fashioned. How much were the bottles by comparison to earlier releases? I see PX and Palo Cortado in the Dunville's 12 range. Yeah, so James, Ecklinville they have 3 sherry finishes that they do. So you're going to see some Oloroso finish, PX finish, and Palo Cortado finish. And they have, I believe they have 10-year, 12-year, and is it 20-year of all 3? You're going to see like some 20, 21. I know they have a 21, a PX, and a 21, a Palo Cortado. I have you're going to see a lot of single casks for those as well. Like I've got a single cask of the Oloroso. I've got single casks of the PX, single casks of the Palo Cortado. You're not going to see them blended together. That's unless it's maybe like, well, no, even my 1808 blend is just Oloroso. This was the unique one where that's the first time I think I've seen where JJ Corry did, where they blended the sherries together. And honestly, I had not, until I actually went to Ecklinville, I'd never had a Fino sherry before. So now I know, okay, some of those citrus notes that I'm getting on this very well could be from that Fino, because I didn't realize Fino is really light and citrusy. And on the sherry itself, I'm not a fan. But now I could see and pick apart those notes in the whiskey. Oh, I think you guys are talking about yeah, you guys are talking about the LCBO. Hey, Katie Turk. How are you guys? I hope you guys are holding up okay down there in Tennessee. If you don't have the water yet, it's coming your way. Oh, I think you guys are still talking about that. Okay. Yeah, so if you are a rum finish fan, I think you're going to really like this one. It's one of the honestly, it's one of the better rum finished whiskeys I've had. Rum finished and whiskey, Irish whiskey can go. It can easily take over. Like Tullamore Dew rum cask, I'm not really a fan of that one. I think it's just too much. Teeling rum, I like that one. Okay, but it can take over. But this one, I think, because of all the sherry and the pot still spice, I think it holds up very well. It's a very nicely balanced whiskey. The spice definitely is needed. They needed the pot still in this to balance out all these sweet notes. Yeah, I definitely finished that one. I'll have some water here. Oh, hey, Old Man's Irish Whiskey Pub. Hey, Rich, how are you doing? Danish rye, quite a good craft rye. I really like it. James, I think it's stotting, but she doesn't disclose where she got the cask. And I should have asked, because I asked about the Kentucky bourbon cask. That's how I know it was Bardstown. And it's not really disclosed, but I just asked her when I saw her. Her being Louise McGuan, who is the owner of JJ Corry. But it's really nice. It adds those minty herbal notes. But it's not as overwhelming. I guess it's just a different rye. It's lighter than it would be an American rye. And I kind of like it. It's different. It's a little different. You had a yellow spot with a wine finish. I did not like it. Well, yellow spot is Malaga. I always say I didn't like yellow spot, but the other night I was in a live stream with Whiskey Corner and picked it as my favorite of this. And I don't even like it, but apparently I do. So maybe I'm kind of coming back around to it, or I was starting to get this sinus stuff. That could very well be too. It's a stream I did with the red breast, and all my favorite red breast I picked last, and the stuff that I don't usually even care for that much is the stuff that won. So you never know. What you eat, just a little bit of a sinus issues going on, and just messes your palate all up. Which I'm gonna have to redo that lineup sometime, just to see see if I get the same result. See if I do get that same result. Because I think it was something like 18 hit really high or something like that. It was crazy. Oh, the Montelena. Yeah, I don't like that one either, Brian. That's my least favorite of all of them is that Montelena. I wasn't impressed by it. I didn't think it really did a whole lot for the whiskey. Was not a fan. Alrighty. Let's go to, sorry, I'm checking the time. I want to make sure. So I'm trying to get done before Kilco, but we got 2 drawings to do. So these last 2 are going to be Irish only. These are Ireland exclusives. And this is just, it's more JJ Corry, but it's just the kind of other stuff you could get. So if you like the lineup and you want to go a little further down the rabbit hole. Hey, Bourbon School, cheers to you. It is good to see you. Yes, Leoval Barton. That's the good one. Some people like Quail's Gate better. You know, I was okay on Quail's Gate. You know, I need to go back to it. I might have a stream where I just start revisiting like bottles that I haven't gone to in a while. Because I've got a few. I actually broke into the Tyrconnell 16-year Oloroso and Moscatel. I hadn't touched that one in the longest time. And I'm like, wow, I forgot how good this is. I really enjoy that one. All right, I pour a little bit of this. Then I've emptied some of these out. All right, so this one was done for a charity in Dublin City called the Capuchin Day Center. And the Capuchin Center, I think this was Cork Penny Dinners too, actually, on this one. Yeah, Cork. This went to Cork Penny Dinners too. The Capuchin Day Center and Cork Penny Dinners go towards feeding the homeless in Ireland. And so once a year, the brands get together, the Irish whiskey brands, they donate a cask, and money raised from that cask is all donated to this center. And it's always a big to-do. They'll usually have some local artists do some prints to match the bottles, and they make a real big deal of it. And they raise a lot of good money for some wonderful charities. And this was the one for this year. This is called the Capuchin. They actually did 3 of these. So the first one was called the Butt, and it was an all sherry finished single malt. The second one was the Trio, and it was all sherry finished single pot still. And this one is a blend of malt pot still. This one was a matured ex-bourbon cask from Kentucky. This is ex-Palo Cortado cask, and then it was finished in a Pajarette cask. Hope I'm saying that right, from Jerez, Spain. And I think somebody, it might have been Sugar Kitty, told me that that was a desserty kind of wine, the Pajarette. But this one is the Capuchin. It's not going to, let's see that. Nope, not going to. All right, so this one is 57% ABV. They did 264 bottles. I actually think some of these might still be available, maybe. Love the freaking color on this. Gorgeous color. Gorgeous color. This one was my favorite of those 3. I absolutely loved it. Oh, we'll see you in just a little bit here, Kilco. Kilco Mental Musings. Yes, that I loved that Tyrconnell. You don't find a whole lot of Moscatel sherry in Irish still. I love it. It's a little more almondy, a little floral. It's really different, but I really liked it. This one is a lot heavier on the malt. Oh, good to see you, Donald. Thank you for dropping in. It is good to see you as always. I love talking whiskey with Donald. You guys are a patient group too, because I don't know how any of you got a word in when the 2 of us were together on camera. Oh, this one is, it reminds me of pancake syrup, like maple syrup. Getting a lot of that malt. There's allspices coming through too. I don't normally get, you can't normally pick out exactly that spice, but that's allspice. A little bit of citrus. almond, vanilla, a little bit of fig. This is yummy. We tried to distract you, but to no effect. Yeah, I know. It's like squirrel. That is so it's I got more of the allspice on the nose. I am get well, it's kind of get there. It's getting there at the finish, but it's sweet and very malty. Kind of reminds me of like some kind of Christmas cake with like a maple, like the maple syrupy, almost like a sticky toffee pudding kind of thing. It's kind of like sticky toffee pudding. Yeah, that's exactly. It's not quite as molassesy as a sticky toffee pudding, but that's sticky toffee pudding. A little bit of spice, malty. I really like this one. This has been my favorite of the three. So, on the JJ Corry website, if you are in a state where you can get alcohol shipped in, you might. I think there's still some of these maybe available. I can't remember what the price was. I think it was around 100, 120. I can't remember exactly, but all goes to charity. Very unique bottle. I don't know of any others that are using the Pajurette. It's Pajerette. I don't know any others that are using that, but really, really nice pour. I don't think it has an age statement on it either. These are usually a little bit younger. No, I mean, not super duper young. I want to say like around 6 years, 7 years, something like that. But it's a really nice one. Nice long finish on that too. Now this is a richer, fuller whiskey. It's a thicker whiskey. Like this is crushable. Like you could sit down and knock that out in a day. I mean, I love and this one in the summer. I mix it with lemonade and usually a little lavender syrup. Makes a really nice one for outside. That one is going to be a little heavier. That one, if you had a cigar with some maple notes, I think it would be really good pairing for that one. But that's going to be more of a sipper. And honestly, the higher, you probably shouldn't be crushable at 57%. Alrighty. I'm going to get to our last one so we could do our Patreon giveaways. All right. So the last one is still available. I know this one's available too. And this is a 7-year-old blend of malt and grain whiskey. This was done for online Irish retailer called Irish Malts. And this was their Christmas blend. And it does really good until... No, it didn't go into. That's okay. So this one is a blend of malt grain. This is ex-bourbon cask from Kentucky and PX and Oloroso sherry cask from Jerez, Spain. 54% ABV. And this one came out, like I said, right before Christmas time. I think it was really reasonably priced too. I want to think it was only like $70, $75. But this one was specifically done for Irish malts. And like I said, I know that there are still a few of these available. Or at least there were last week. I know they've been having some big sales. But love the color that sherry gives on those casks. It's such a pretty color. Right there. Oh, yeah, that's all sherry too. That is orange and chocolate and almond. Vanilla. A lot of chocolate on this. Ooh. A lot of the chocolate, vanilla. I'm getting chocolate, vanilla. I'm getting a little bit of spice, and I think it's kind of cinnamon. Yeah, it's a little more cinnamon. Hey, Jay South Boston. Cheers, Lashy. It's good to see you. Finishing up our flight of our JJ Corry Irish Whiskey. I drank some of this at Christmas time this year, and I don't think I've really revisited this one since. It smells so good on the palate, though. Let's see. It smells so good on the nose. That Oloroso comes through big time on the palate. Wow. Real almondy up front. Like almond, real buttery. But then you do get that chocolate, orange, vanilla. Really oily. Sweeter. So the capuchin, I was getting more of kind of a malt on that one, kind of a malt note. And I'm wondering if maybe that was from the pot still, because this one doesn't have any pot still in it. I'm not getting that. I'm getting all that sherry. So it's all it's the first thing you're getting is the almonds. It's like a honey almond and real buttery, and then a little chocolate, little bit of orange. There's a little bit of spice here. Just a little though, but yeah, it's cinnamon. That's cinnamon on that. Hey, cheers, Big Vic. It's good to see you, Vic. How you doing? Oh, there he is. Mr. Bourbon Neophyte. Cheers to all you magnificent whiskey people. Anthony, make sure you drop the link to your stream. I know you're going live at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time tonight. So make sure you drop the link to your stream in here. Oh, thank you. So it's $65 for that one. That's a steal. That's a flippin' steal. Yes, almond butter rancio. Yep, it is. It's almondy butter. It totally is. I always I tend to say like, well, I like the capuchin is my favorite. I like that better than the Christmas. But put them side by side, no, I like that Christmas. It's not quite as heavy as the capuchin also, but that's because it's got some grain in the blend. Grain's lighter. It's going to be sweeter. So that's where all those notes are coming from. All right. I've got a couple minutes here. So we're going to do our first Patreon giveaway. This is for the March Patreon giveaway. Whoever wins this one, I'm going to give you your choice. You let me know if you would like, some, like I said, some budget pours. Do you want try some Bushmill stuff? Do you want to try some Redbreast stuff? Do you want to try some two stacks? Do you want to try sherry finishes? Do you want blends, single pot stills, single malts, peated? Let me know, even Pachin. Let me know. You'll get your choice of 5 samples, and I'll just let me know the direction you want to go. And so let me add this. All right, so let's do 5 times. So do shuffle once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Mr. Gunderson, congratulations. Congratulations. Eric, I will get with you. You let me know what you're thinking, what you'd like to try. All right. So our next one is going to be for this month, and I'm going to do a flight of JJ Corry. And I think if I don't have enough left of this one, I'll substitute something good. I've got a lot of it here. So you'll get 5 samples of the JJ Corry Irish Whiskey. So let's do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and good luck, everybody. O'Byrne's Irish Pub. So Amy O'Byrne, get a hold of me. You're going to get some more JJ Corry Irish Whiskey. So let me know what bottles, if you have any bottles of JJ Corry. I don't think you said you're out of them. So congratulations. Thank you. Let me remove this here. Congratulations, Eric Gunderson. Congratulations, O'Byrne's Irish Pub. All right. It is 7 o'clock. I am going to have you guys go check out Kilco Mental Musings and then Anthony Bourbon Neophyte. He is going live at 7:30 tonight. I don't know if Livewire is going live tonight or not. I have not seen the thumbnail. There we go. Thank you, sir. There you go. Anthony is going live tonight. All right. So next week, we might, I don't have anything planned for next week. Maybe do some revisiting some old bottles or something like that. I'll think about it. In a couple weeks here, on the 27th, mark your calendar, I'm going to have Irene Tan from Canterbury Liquors. She is going to be coming on to talk about all of her ideas and what she does to pick Irish whiskey picks. She has some of the best Irish whiskey picks out there. So make sure you tune in for that. Oh yeah, Whiskey Shaman's going live. Whiskey Shaman is going live tonight too. So make sure you check out Whiskey Shaman and Kilco. Sorry about that, Whiskey Shaman. I knew you told me that you were going live tonight. Thank you. So make sure you check out all these great channels tonight. Yes, and then Livewire. Later tonight, Livewire is going live. This is, dude, Sunday's the place to be now. I'm telling you. Sunday is the fun night. You guys all have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm going to meet you guys over at Kilco Stream and at Whiskey Shaman Stream. I'll see you guys all over there. Sláinte, and we'll see you next week.